Namaste. Welcome to the section of jurisprudence in our LLM course. So, for the purposes of a LLM entrance, we need not go into the length and breadth of jurisprudence because we are not exactly required to be writing answers in a LLM entrance. We need to focus on the one-liner MCQs that are there, and even in the CLAT new pattern. So, they will give you the passage, but pretty much relating to jurisprudence, the one-liner MCQs remain the same. सो फॉर डी यू आई एल आई ए आई एल ई टी प्लीज़ कृपया करके अपने जो नोट्स हैं उसके अंदर पहले ही जो जूरिस्प्रूडेंस के लिए एक बुक्स का सेक्शन बनाइए, एक कोर्ट्स का सेक्शन बनाइए, create that, and then write one more as pointers. These are the one-liner MCQ. So we'll basically have to sub-classify everything. So if you go through the previous years of AILET PG, if you go through the DU LLM, and if you go through the ILI past years as well, everyone's fanatic about jurisprudence. This is like a very crucial section of a LLM entrance. So we need to already be prepared as to what is going to happen. So we're going to encountering a lot of books. We are going to be encountering a lot of quotes, and we'll cover out all the pointers. Right? So let us start now. Okay, so jurisprudence is coming from which word? Jurisprudentia. Juris means law, prudentia means skill or knowledge, and pretty much you can say jurisprudence is knowledge of law. This is a previous year question. Option B yahi tha. Jurisprudence means what? It's knowledge of law. Okay. Now, started by main guy that we need to focus is on Jeremy Bentham, his disciple Austin. Now, Jeremy Bentham divided jurisprudence into two kinds. The first is expositorial and the second is censorial. What do you mean by this? So in expositorial, he said we are going to study law as it is without any, you can say, morality, ethicality, past, future, anything. No connection with natural law. I'm just going to pick up the statute and see how law as it is, and then there is law as how it ought to be. So that is known as censorial. Let me just wipe this off so that you can see it clearly. Three questions. Who divided jurisprudence into two categories known as expositorial and censorial? Jeremy Bentham. All right. What is expositorial jurisprudence? Law as it is, or study of law as it is. What is censorial? Law as it ought to be. Simple. And if they give you two categories such as this, then naam पूछ लेंगे कि कौन भैया थे? Who did this work, right? So this is pretty much, you can say 4 to 5 MCQs. So you write all of this down in your pointers wala काम. Okay. Then एक previous year question of ILI is this also. So jurisprudence etymologically means science which imparts us the knowledge of law. I believe that I need not explain this any further to you. Now, another MCQ. So all of this is going into your pointers section of the notebook. Indian jurisprudence owes its origin to what? So the options are the Veds, the Shastras, the Puranas, and one option is Dharma. So what are you going to mark? You're going to mark Dharma, not Dharma, because we are not foreigners. We don't have to say it like that. It's Dharma. हमारे जो धर्म था, धर्म is basically this. Otherwise, dharma is usually, if I take it the correct pronunciation or the correct meaning rather is the thing which you are born to do. But then, we don't have to debate with the examiner about language. We need to mark our correct answer. So Indian jurisprudence owes its origin in dharma. Okay, ji. Now, but now it owes its origin where? Now it is owing its origin where? Now that we are a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, right? So now you can say this is where all of our Indian jurisprudence is flowing from, especially after the 42nd Amendment. That is why preamble is so important, and I hope that you have covered out the preamble portion from the Constitution section of the course. Okay. Now you are going to basically go to your courts wala section, and you are going to write one name. जिसमें है Julius Stone. who said jurisprudence is the lawyer's extra version, and this is a very popular MCQ. So note this down. और इस पे रट्टा भी मारना है. Two questions. Who said jurisprudence is the lawyer's extra version? Julius Stone. Julius Stone defined jurisprudence as, नीचे एक correct MCQ होगा, the lawyer's extra version. All right. So the lawyer's extra version is examination of precepts, ideals and techniques of the law that is examined by the lawyer, but हमने वो सब अभी नहीं पढ़ना है. All right. Now you're going to go to the quotation section of your notebook and you're going to write, Salmond said jurisprudence is science of the first principles of the civil law. So if they ask you a question, what did Salmond jurisprudence define as, or how did it define it as? So it's science of the first principles of the civil law. Austin said it's philosophy of positive law. And Austin, I don't think that I need to get into the details of who Austin really is. You are a fifth year or a final year LLB student. I'm sure you've heard this name a lot. So he was obsessed with positive law, as you already know, which is just positivism, or if the correct pronunciation use करेंगे, but वो बड़ी funny सी है because it's Latin, is use positivism, but we'll call it just. ज़्यादा हीरो बनने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. It's law laid down by a potential superior, basically for commanding his subjects and to gain obedience from his subjects. अभी आते हैं ऑस्टिन पे, ऐसी कोई चिंता की बात नहीं है, but आप ये करेंगे. Philosophy of positive law. Who said jurisprudence is philosophy of positive law? Austin. That's about it. Now, his mentor Bentham was pretty much his guru. वो तो expositorial और censorial में jurisprudence उन्होंने कर दी. But अगर आपसे ये सवाल पूछ लिया, who bifurcated or who divided jurisprudence into two categories known as general jurisprudence and particular jurisprudence, what are you going to mark? Austin. Alright, so in general jurisprudence, it was basically the basic tenets of law that are common to all nations. He was trying to trace it out कि अलग-अलग nation में भी तो command होगा, sovereign होगा, duty होगी, sanction होगा. But in particular jurisprudence, we need to cover out basically determine nation and then track out how the law was developed there. But we are not going to get into those details. Hang on. Just write general jurisprudence and particular jurisprudence, and that's about it. Right? That's all that you need to do from here. Now let us go to the next page. Now, again, in your quotation wala section, please write, Thomas Holland said, the formal science of positive law, and HLA Hart said, it is the concept of law. Jurisprudence, the formal science of positive law, said by Thomas Holland, and HLA Hart said, it's the concept of law. So basically, you don't need to read any Paranjape or any VD Mahajan. That job I am doing for you. Usi baat ke to paise, very frankly, right? I'm sure that you're mature enough to understand this by now. So you need not waste your time there. Please solve out the past 10 years papers. All right. Now you come back to your आपके book list and mark this somewhere in red. Mark this somewhere in red. Let me just get my pen here. Julius Stone की किताब का नाम Province and Function of Law. Very popular question. So this becomes your first book that you need to remember. The province and function of law. All right. Now, in your book list only, please write down the personal laws of Gentoos or Gentoos. I really haven't able to figure out the pronunciation. Basically, Hindus ko wo Gentoos kar diya hoga inhone. So the British, they had a very developed system of law when they came here. So on the order of Warren Hastings, this is another MCQ. The personal laws of Gentoos was compiled on whose order? Warren Hastings कौन थे भैया हमारे? GGB, Constitution course से याद है ना? Governor General of Bengal, the first one or the second one? Hopefully it is the first one. जरा revise कर लेगा अगर याद नहीं आ रहा तो. So there was a Sanskrit text known as Vivadarn Vasetu. So that was translated to English on the order of Warren Hastings. So this is where, or you can say इनका जो English में एक और नाम है, it is known as ordinations of Pandits. Alright, I'll just remove this so that it is clear. This ordinations of Pandits. So the British compiled this, so they got it translated. Who was the translator? This is another static GK ka MCQ. It's Nathaniel Brasse Halhed or Yeah, so I just checked it's hellhead only. I thought मैंने T के ऊपर डंडी लगानी है. Basically मैं भूल गया. Now we need to cover out all of this stuff, the sources, customs, the legislature, the precedents, the legal concepts, the rights, properties, ownership, possessions, obligations, the legal theories, schools, etc. So we'll need to keep on subdividing our notes, all right? तो वो सब हमने basically अभी काम करना है यहाँ पे. Now you are going to create one further section in your notebook and you're going to ऊपर schools of law आपने लिख लेना है. So the analytical school, also known as the imperative school, also known as the positive school, and also known as the Austinian school of jurisprudence. इस बात में confusion मत करिएगा that analytical is different from imperative, is different from positive, is different from Austinian. All are the same. All right. So they deal with law as it is. Question number 1. Which school of law or which school of jurisprudence deals with law as it is? In their present form, it's the analytical school. Okay. So they focus on the most important aspect of law, that is law in its relation to the state, which is why it is known as imperative. Imperative शब्द का मतलब क्या होता है? The most crucial bit, right? तो imperative. इनको सिंपल सी बात है, ये स्कूल ऑफ ज्यूरिस्प्रूडेंस वाले ये कहते हैं कि सरकार के साथ हमारा pretty much क्या रिलेशन है, right? So they are basically concerned with command emanating from the sovereign, all right? Okay, so many people say that Austin was the founder. Actually, it's Bentham, but that's not, we're not going to get into a debate here because we are only concerned with clearing our elementaries. किताबों की लिस्ट में प्लीज लिख लीजिए. सो हॉलैंड, सर थॉमस हॉलैंड वाज आल्सो पार्ट ऑफ द स्कूल ऑफ ज्यूरिस्प्रूडेंस. उन्होंने किताब लिखी थी एलिमेंट्स ऑफ ज्यूरिस्प्रूडेंस. प्लीज राइट इट डाउन इन योर बुक लिस्ट. एंड Sir John Salmond, this is the name that you're going to hear a lot, and I'm sure that you have already heard this a lot. So John Salmond was a judge in the New Zealand Supreme Court as well. Now let us go to the next page. Let us keep our clock away. Let us Okay, just made a quick edit, so because I wanted to center this. तो ये चीज़ आप बिल्कुल याद रखिएगा. Sir William Marksby, he's a favorite of the examiner because he was a judge of the Calcutta High Court way back then. तो इनकी किताब का नाम लिखिए Science of Law, way back in 1874, and in 1902 Salmond wrote as jurisprudence. But this is a very very popular question by the examiners because he is connected to India, so they often ask the name of his kitab. So write it down, Science of Law in 1874. All right. Now Jeremy Bentham is the founder of positivism, and if you actually read his work, you are going to find what? You're going to find that Austin's work is the paraphrasing of Bentham's theory, but इस पे कोई सवाल नहीं बनता है. And again, revision, Jeremy Bentham पहले एक जो कैटेगरी इन्होंने निकाली उसका नाम है expository or analytical jurisprudence, that is law as it is without having any regard to its moral or immoral character. Okay. And the censorial jurisprudence is the science of legislation. That means what the law ought to be. All right. And why was this bifurcation made by Bentham? Because when he was growing up, this was in the 18th century, and the English law came out of a lot of chaos and confusion. So it was actually, it never really grew. There was no specific purpose behind the enactment of such laws. So it was absolutely chaotic way back then. So he, on the one hand, didn't want to analyze law with its moral or ethical character, just wanted to just see law as it is, and then wanted to comment as to law what it ought to be. But ये सब कुछ नहीं पूछेंगे आपसे, तो हम भी आगे चलें. जब नहीं पूछना तो हम भी आगे चलते हैं भैया, सिंपल सी बात है. Now we come here. He rejected the natural law theory. Now it's nothing but a phrase for him. Natural law theory is nothing but a phrase, and the Blackstonian natural laws says it's nonsense upon stilts. Ouch. Pretty much that's like a very harsh criticism. So it's nonsense upon stilts, all right? So for him, there were two sovereign masters of man. Please note this down. That is pain and pleasure. That is pretty much the main theory of his utilitarianism as well. All right. So for him, this ये आप कोटेशन में जरा डाल लीजिएगा प्लीज. कोटेशन में इसको जरूर डाल लीजिएगा. ये पूछते हैं बार बार आपसे. Law is an assemblage of signs, declaration of volition conceived or adopted by sovereign in a state. Okay, in fact, if you Google this as well, you're going to find this phrase. Please write this down in your quotation. So, law is an assemblage of signs, declaration of volition conceived or adopted by sovereign in a state. Let us move to the next page for our questions. Okay, हमारी घड़ी बार बार आ जाती है. So he believed in the concept of laissez-faire. That's what the pronunciation is. मैंने जानबूझ के यहाँ पे लिखी हुई है ताकि मुझे भी याद रह जाए. So that's laissez-faire. That's how you pronounce it. This is a French term and this is a static GK question as well. कि जी, what does laissez-faire mean? Now, okay, I hope it is centered now. So I keep making these jump cuts. That's what they're called in video parlance, so that your time isn't really wasted. And since we are not, watching a YouTube video, it's not a movie, so we can do that. So laissez-faire, it's minimum interference of the state in economic activities of individuals. This is a static GK का सवाल. और अगर आप, if you do the past 10 years, they ask this question and then people are wondering कि ये why exactly is this showing up in a LLM entrance? Because he believed in this concept and it's very prominently discussed whenever his work is discussed. All right. So his main work, Jeremy Bentham की यहाँ पे बात हो रही, utilitarianism. I'm sure अगर आप economics के student हैं तो ये तो मतलब पढ़ा ही होगा. Also known as the doctrine of hedonism or the theory of pleasure and pain or principle of pleasure and pain. All right. पूछ लेते हैं, utilitarianism is given by or propounded by who? Jeremy Bentham. All right. So for him, the right aim of legislation or law is to basically carrying out the principle of utility, which is also known as the proper end of every law is promotion of the greatest happiness of the greatest number. Majority wins basically, but state should always be looking out for the maximum amount of happiness for the maximum amount of people. इस पे कोई सवाल नहीं बनता है. सवाल मैंने आपको लिखवा दिया है already. ठीक है जी, but this is just for your revision and understanding. So for him, this is a question which we have already made you write down. It's two sovereign masters of man by nature is pain and pleasure, right? Four goals of any law is subsistence, abundance, equality, and security of all for all citizens. And the crucial aspect of security is the most important for him, all right? So in fact, again, no question can be framed from this. So for him, the funda is ki even if some individual liberty is taken and in exchange, you can give or provide even more security for a lot of community members, he is in favor of that. So this is usually, all of these pointers are written down in essays, और वो काम हम अभी कर नहीं रहे, right? Now, quotations में please ये लिख लीजिए, this was said by Hans Kelsen. Let me just move it. Absolute justice is an irrational ideal and illusion. It's one of the eternal illusions of mankind. So they're going to give you this statement, by the way. They're going to ask you who said this. So this was said by Hans Kelsen. Kelsen के काम पे अभी हमने discussion करनी है, right? So now let me just give you a brief idea about where we are headed towards. We are going to discuss first and foremost Austin. Then we are going to basically dive into his improvements on his work by Holland, Salmon, and Gray. We are going to cover out all the MCQs. So the videos are going to become shorter. So the next video will be like a 5-minute video in which we're going to cover out all the pointers from Austin and MCQs हम cover out कर लेंगे. उसके बाद we're going to go to Holland, Salmon, Gray. We're going to cover out all the different schools of jurisprudence and all the associated MCQs. तो काम करते रहिएगा, and I believe कि jurisprudence आपकी तैयार हो जाएगी. So you might as well, hopefully you covered out the constitution portion of the course because that is quite exhaustive. And once we have covered out the constitution and jurisprudence, that is pretty much 50% of any LLM entrance at any given point of time. So we need to cover out these two sections really well, because Contract Act, IPC, all of that, you are already most likely almost a lawyer. You can pretty much crack them easily, even using common sense, even if you don't remember the sections. But that also, all of it is covered in the course. But pay attention in jurisprudence, pay attention in constitution. That is either can make your attempt or break your attempt. All right. So if you cover out these two sections really well from the course, be rest assured कि काफ़ी अच्छे तरीके से तैयारी हो जाएगी. ठीक है जी. Now let us move on to Austin in the next one, then Holland, etc. etc. अभी चलते हैं. Let's take a broad macro look at every school of jurisprudence and how all of this is to be tackled. Right? Please keep on making notes. See you in the next one. Take care.